Weapons, like everything else, have evolved and altered over time. Unshaped stones and wooden spears are thought to have been the first weapons used by man for hunting or self-defense. Because of a multitude of flaws, such as short range and inaccuracy, man came up with the notion of sharpening the stone through time, making it more lethal. The knife and later the axe were produced in this manner. A spear was made by applying the same process to a wooden shaft. Take a look at these insane weapons in action in 2022. Number 1. SAM. A surface-to-air missile, SAM, also known as a ground-to-air missile, GTAM, or a surface-to-air guided weapon, SAGE, is a missile designed to destroy other missiles or aircraft from the ground. It's a form of anti-aircraft system that's meant to negate or lessen the efficacy of hostile air attacks. The first operational guided missile SAM system was the American Nike Ajax, and the Soviet Union's S-725 Dvina was the most widely produced SAM. The Douglas Aircraft Company was a Southern California-based aerospace firm. Donald Wills Douglas Sr. created the company in 1921, and it later merged with McDonnell Aircraft to form McDonnell Douglas in 1967, when it functioned as a part of McDonnell Douglas. In 1997, McDonnell Douglas joined with Boeing. Number 2. AH-64 Apache Gunship. The Boeing AH-64 Apache is a two-seat assault helicopter powered by twin turboshaft engines. It has night vision systems and a sensor suite for target acquisition. A 30mm M230 chain gun, AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, and Hydra 70 rocket pods are on board. In April 1986, the helicopter was first deployed by the U.S. Army. Greece, Japan, Israel, the Netherlands, Singapore, and the United Arab Emirates are among the countries that have adopted it as their principal attack helicopter. Hughes Helicopters, McDonnell Douglas, and Boeing Defense, BA, Space and Security were among the companies that produced the AH-64 Apache gunship. Between the 1950s and the 1980s, Hughes Helicopters was a significant military and civilian helicopter manufacturer. It was sold to McDonnell Douglas in 1984, and McDonnell Douglas Helicopter Systems was formed as a subsidiary. McDonnell Douglas and Boeing merged in 1997, with Boeing emerging as the winner. Number 3. F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 Lightning II is a fifth-generation single-engine multi-role fighter with limited visibility. It is designed for airspace dominance, combat against targets on land and water, and reconnaissance. It was based on an experimental X-35 fighter jet that won a competition for the Joint Strike Fighter program. It is still in the development stage, which has been extended due to rising demand, rising costs, and a shrinking budget. The U.S. Department of Defense reaffirmed its support and high priority for the F-35 program. The United States and the United Kingdom have funded the development so far, and they have been joined by other countries that want to put the plane into service. The F-35 Lightning II aircraft was developed in 3 versions: traditional takeoff and landing, vertical takeoff and landing, and naval for use on aircraft carriers' decks. The pieces are maximally unified in all 3 forms, with an 80% mutual fit. The interior carrying of weapons was projected, resulting in reduced visibility. Stealth, Lockheed Martin, L&T, and American Aerospace, Defense, Armaments, Security, and Advanced Technologies business developed and designed the prototype. On December 15, 2006, the prototype F-35 Lightning II took to the air for the first time. The F-35 Lightning II is a multi-purpose fighter plane designed to replace the entire fleet of middle-class fighter planes now in service in the United States, the United Kingdom, and other allies. Number 4. Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. The U.S. Navy's Nimitz class consists of 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. The Nimitz is the first aircraft carrier of its class and one of the world's largest warships. Chester V. Nimitz, the commander of the Pacific Fleet during World War II, was honored with the name. Nimitz is the only aircraft carrier in the class whose name is merely the last name of the person for whom it was named. It's also the only aircraft carrier in its class named after someone who wasn't a United States politician. Again, he got the Battle E Medal for being the Atlantic Fleet's most efficient and fastest aircraft carrier. Each one cost roughly $4.5 million. They're made at Newport News Shipbuilding, NNS, a part of Huntington Ingalls Industries, HII, Virginia's largest industrial employer and one of 2 submarine suppliers to the U.S. Navy. Their work on Nimitz-class aircraft carriers is a 4-year vessel renewal program that includes both refueling and upgrading of the vessel's nuclear reactors. You won't believe the next one. Number 5. Chimera virus as a chemical weapon. In Greek mythology, a chimera is an animal made up of parts of other animals, such as a hippogriff or a griffin, which is how the virus is described. The Center for Veterinary Biologics defines a chimera virus as a new hybrid microorganism formed by connecting nucleic acid fragments from 2 or more distinct bacteria, each of which contains key genes necessary for replication. Because combining 2 pathogenic viruses boosts the resulting virus's lethality, chimeric viruses have been regarded as a bioweapon in some situations. In the late 1980s, the Chimera project of the Soviet Union attempted to combine DNA from Venezuelan equine encephalitis, smallpox, and the Ebola virus. This is more dangerous than the other weapons we might have seen. How can one sit down and make something like this? I'm still surprised. Meanwhile, this couldn't be missed in our list. You all can see that it is exceptional. Number 6. The Agni missile. The Agni missile is a family of medium-range to intercontinental ballistic missiles developed by India and named after fire, one of the 5 natural elements. Agni missiles are surface-to-surface ballistic missiles with a large range and will be one of the weapons which will be in action in 2022. Number 7. The Trident IIb-5 SLBM. The Trident missile is a ballistic missile launched from a submarine, SLBM. The missile is armed with thermonuclear warheads and launched from nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. It was originally developed by Lockheed Missiles and Space Corporation, which we discussed earlier in this article. 14 U.S. Navy Ohio-class submarines with American warheads and 4 Royal Navy Vanguard-class submarines with British warheads each carry Trident missiles. The missile is named after Neptune's mythical trident. Number 8. ICBM. An intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, is a nuclear weapons carrying missile with a range of at least 5,500 kilometers. It is directed to the desired location. Airplanes, submarines, missile silos, and vehicles are all capable of launching ICBMs. They form an important aspect of the MAD theory because they provided the government with the flexibility to strike back and eliminate the opponent. It effectively ensured a second strike on the adversary. Numerous independently targetable reentry vehicles, MIRVs, are common in modern designs, allowing a single missile to carry multiple warheads, each of which can strike a separate target. The only countries with functioning ICBMs are Russia, the United States, China, France, India, the United Kingdom, and North Korea. It may reach many other countries this coming year. Number 9. MOAB. The GBU-43B Massive Ordnance Air Blast, MOAB, often known as the mother of all bombs, is a large yield bomb that was supposed to be the most powerful non-nuclear weapon in the American arsenal at the time of creation. Albert L. Weimortz came up with the idea. An explosive toy weighing almost 9 tons was dubbed the mother of all bombs and was designed to destroy underground bunkers and installations. It was designed to combat terrorists and their subterranean training camps in Afghanistan's highlands. It is the most powerful conventional bomb in the Pentagon's arsenal, operating on the principle of vacuum, in which the explosive charge simply sucks in oxygen, ignites the cloud, and acts with a shock wave and high temperatures on all objects on the ground and underground. The C-130 Hercules, namely the MC-130E Combat Talon 1 or MC-130H Combat Talon 2 variants, are expected to deliver the bomb. Its blast has a radius of 137.61 meters and can demolish 9 city blocks. The MOAB was first used in combat in an airstrike in Achin district, Afghanistan, against an Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, Khorasan Province, ISIS, Tunnel Complex. Number 10. RPG. A rocket-propelled grenade, RPG, is a shoulder-launched missile that fires rockets with an explosive warhead. RPG are commonly used as anti-tank weapons and can be carried by a single soldier. It has been adopted by over 40 countries throughout the world due to its ease of use, low cost of construction and launchers, and excellent efficiency. It's employed against infantry formations, as well as armored and reinforced targets. In the second half of the 20th century, it was utilized in a variety of conflicts and wars, and it was constantly developed. That's all I've got for today. Many weapons here haven't reached a lot of countries yet, and will be available in 2022. What other weapons do you think I've overlooked in my list? Tell me what you think in the comments area. If you haven't already, Please subscribe to our channel and switch on post notifications to receive notifications of new videos. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.